Welcome to Community Roundup, powered by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. This is the program where we look at charitable organizations, nonprofits, and sports clubs in Fort St. John area that make it such a great place to live. My name is Ed Hitchens, and I am your host, and today we're in the rather chilly confines of the Pomeroy Sports Center. We are joined by Desiree Lillico, who's a coach with the Fort St. John Speed Skating Club. Desiree, thank you very much for the time. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so I grew up as a big speed skating fan. I always loved, one of my first memories of speed skating was watching Gaetan Boucher win the gold medal in Sarajevo. From Natalie Lambert to Jeremy Witherspoon. Canada had such a rich history in speed skating, but I was not aware that Fort St. John had such a rich history in speed skating. Could you go into that a little bit? Then the formation of the Fort St. John Speed Skating Club.
Yeah, so the Fort St. John Speed Skating Club formed in 1964. We were the second in the region. Dawson Creek was the first club. We are a club that consists of short track speed skating and long track speed skating. So short track speed skating being on the hockey rink size ice, and then long track speed skating on the oval. We've hosted kind of a number of competitions over those years. So probably we've done like community like interclubs. We've had provincial competitions, national competitions. We've had the BC Winter Games, the Canada Winter Games. We've had Canada Cups. We've had all-round World Masters. We used to skate outdoors on an outdoor oval, and in 2009 the Pomeroy Sports Center was built, so then we had the opportunity of moving all of our practices inside on the indoor oval and in the short track base. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary. I think I may have already said that.
Okay, all right. So I don't want to just jump the gun there.
No.
But you said that you guys moved indoors here in 2009. Before it was an outdoor rink, and one of the little anecdotes about that club was when it first started, there were no lights, and parents had to turn their car lights on so trainees could train in the dark. Obviously, this club has such roots within the community. People were able to support it in such a way, right?
Yeah. Our club is built all entirely on volunteers. All of our coaches, all of our officials, all of our family members of skaters, extended family members of skaters, everyone's participates in some way to help keep the club running. All of our officials and board members and coaches have done specific training to help in the positions that we hold, but yeah, we wouldn't do it without the amazing volunteer support of our community and even all of the local businesses that help keep us running and sponsor us season to season.
Okay, all right. So you guys are celebrating your 60th anniversary. You guys just had a kickoff party. How did that go?
It was really great. We had a really great turnout. Lots of all the kids were super excited to be out and have their family and their friends join in, and it was a really, really wonderful celebration.
And it was not just family and friends. It was all like supporters and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you touched on it. You said there's a group, there's a base of volunteers that support the club. Can you touch on how it's like generations of skaters that come and try out and have been keeping that tradition going for 60 years?
Yeah, so I'm probably a good example of that. My mom was a speed skater in the speed skating club. She skated most of her.
Who's your mom?
Tara Curry.
Okay.
Yeah, Tara Curry.
And so she started off when you were young and you decided you wanted to try it as well?
Yeah, so she skated with the club, and then when she had children, she signed us up, and I started as a skater with the club as well. I've skated, I think I joined somewhere between 6 and 8, and I skated all the way up to grade 12, and then I moved on to do my education and further my career, but then when I moved back to Fort St. John, I joined the club as a coach.
What's the biggest takeaway from being able to mentor these younger kids, these younger generations as they mature into successful speed skaters?
I think the biggest takeaway is just watching like how well they succeed and their enthusiasm with the sport and their interest and motivation. And it's really fun to watch them go through something that you had experienced yourself as well. You grow a strong identity with with childhood sports, and so it's really fun to be a part of watching other skaters form that and even go on to maybe skate in Calgary in the Oval program and have higher dreams of making a national team or being an Olympian.
Or even skating to Olympic medal.
Yeah.
All right. So people who do not know or have never tried speed skating, I've never tried it, even though I was a big fan of it. Tell me, why should somebody try speed skating and give it a shot?
Well, I think that if anyone has an interest in skating and an interest in, a little bit of competitive, we are also recreation based. We don't have to be competitive, but any interest in skating and either sprinting or endurance skating, it's a great club to come out and give it a try and join in. There's a great community, great friendships formed, great bonds amongst the speed skating community, and you get to exercise and socialize and learn and have fun and go really fast.
Is the sport really a social sport?
It can be a social sport, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, individually, you're kind of racing and competing individually, but as a team, you encourage each other and you learn from each other, and we still really consider ourselves a team-based sport. And in some competitions, there is some team-based races,
Okay.
like a team pursuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you touched on it already. This arena, this facility was opened in 2009 and was the basis of opening it to have an oval within an indoor facility?
It's a really great question. Yeah, I think that in Fort St. John, we had such a strong speed skating community. We've always had a really great membership of skaters at kind of all ages, including up to master skaters. And we've hosted so many competitions throughout the years. It was really kind of proposed as being something that could support the sport kind of locally, provincially, nationally. And being one of only 3 at this time in Canada it's a huge honor for us to have this facility here to be able to host those level of competitions and further the sport. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you mentioned it before. Volunteers are really the basis of and the backbone of this club. How is the governing structure within the club?
We do have a board of directors that oversees the club, and then we have kind of the general volunteer base that also kind of helps out, and then we have our coaches, and then we have our skaters.
Okay, so if somebody would like to try out your club, how do they go about doing it?
Yeah, so if anyone's interested in the club, we do have a website online, but they are also welcome to stop by and kind of watch a practice and ask any questions. We do participate in the one-stop registrations every year, and we typically try to have a try-it associated with the one-stop registration because we get lots of questions about speed skating and the speed skates and how to skate
Can
them.
anybody come to do one of those try-out sessions?
They could, yeah. Anyone
Okay.
could. Our club takes membership all the way from age 4 up to the adults masters.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
all right. So there are a couple tournaments coming up very soon, being hosted by the club, correct?
Yeah, in December we have the Canadian Junior Neo Junior Long Track Championships. It's a bit of a mouthful, and then in January we have our BC Long Tracks, kind of our provincials, and then in February we have our Canadian Youth Championships.
Okay, all right. And as we speak right now, I hope you guys can see this, but we are seeing the next generation of short track speed skaters on the rink right now. Tell me what kind of drills they're going around. How often do they practice?
Yeah, so this is the intermediate skating group. They primarily age 11 and up or 12 and up. They skate 4 times a week, with some of them doing a 5th practice, but typically 4 days a week, 2 short track practices and 2 long track practices. And their program consists of some lots of laps. As the viewers can see, speed skating is lots of skating, lots of laps, but there's some sprint laps, some endurance. You might do some specific drills to focus on technique.
Okay, all right. So you've been involved in speed skating most of your life. Tell me one thing that speed skating has taught you.
Speed skating has taught me sportsmanship and that you can kind of put your dream, you can achieve anything that you put your mind to, and yeah.
Okay, all right. So when does the season usually? You were talking about how you had to try it. You had to have a tryout session, but you didn't have it this year because there was no ice. How long does the season usually go for?
Yeah, so our season typically runs September to March. We didn't have a try-it this year with our one-stop registration because there was a bit of kind of a maintenance setback with the oval, and so we typically do our try-it up on the oval ice. So we didn't have that opportunity this year. We started a little bit late into October as far as like the long track goes. So our season was delayed a little bit, but we typically run with the school starting in September and typically just before spring break.
Okay, all right. So where do people find more information about the Speed Skating Club? Is there anything else you'd like to add before I let you go?
Well, more information can be found on we have a Facebook page, the Fort St. John Speed Skating Club, and we also have a website online. We find us down at the Palmyra Sports Center throughout the week as well.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add before I let you go?
Yeah, tonight we were watching the intermediate club skaters skating, but we do also have a club skater group. Our Learn to Skate program is in there for our kind of the 4 to 6-year-olds, and then we have a Learn to Speed Skate program for the 6 to 11-year-olds.
Okay.
And they skate twice a week, 1 day short track and 1 day long track.
All right. That's all the questions I have. Desiree, once again, thank you very much for the time. It's been Ed Hitchens with Energeticcity.ca for the Community Roundup. Once again, the Community Roundup is brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. And if you like what you see and you want more content, click that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time.